Won't break, won't miss, rich tickets, check out. We talking start like ball hype, pretty face guy like, bruh, how do I exist? In the gym every day, I'm gonna miss. Summer daddy like, boy, don't blow my assist. I got it. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one golded. 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 I got it. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot.
In a city of spectacle and grandeur, the biggest show in town right now is right here, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. It's one of the happiest moments for any football fan. Welcome back, friends. A new season is officially underway. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. They'll start with a give to Harris. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
The give here on 2nd. Has a lane past the 45. And he's brought down at the 44. They got 24 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. It's a turnover on his first pass of the season. And the Raiders are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Stopped by Deion Henley. They go play action. Here's Smith. Complete here to Bowers. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first. Motioning Myers right. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Forced out to his right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. That's caught first. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10. Handoff now from the gun. And he's down into the red zone. This run gets to the 18. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Complete. It's Myers. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
They'll hand it to him again. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Third time's the charm. He gets it again. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Raiders have a great first drive and get the game's first points. The kick is good, and expect that to stand now. This flag appears to be the player who jumped early looking to block that kick. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. So with the lead at the moment, they'll just go ahead and take the try from the 10. That kick a whole lot easier after that penalty, right? And he sent it through. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Tate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Handoff on 2nd and short.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Another carry for him. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the price for moving the chains that time. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Herbert on 1st down. Johnston brings it in. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Evan White hauls him down. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Herbert from the gun. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And that will not be enough for a first down. Third down, 1 yard to go. They'll try to run it with Harris. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert now off the play fake. Connects on the crosser. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throwing catches, I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. Working quickly here. They're running again. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. So now, here's 3rd and goal. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now, they're left with 4th and goal.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make it impact later.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he can't find a lane before being wrapped up at the line. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Back in his own end zone, looking to throw. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again from their own end zone now. Got a man. Bowers has it. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Throw left side. Complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 24 on that play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. And now the... First of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
He throws a bullet to the center of the field. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here. Smith on first down. Hits him on the out route. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Finds him on the slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Looking for the back that time. So now it'll be 2nd and goal.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released.
And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders will add to their lead at the end of the half. Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. On the return, here comes Davis. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. He'll throw it. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our 2nd half. This one's going to be a return from deep in the end zone. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. This is ahead for about 5. Tackle made by Elijah Molden. Even 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Back-to-back carries here. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Puts a little too much into this one. That's too high. Brings up 4th down.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
Smith on 4th down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chargers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Second and 6 now. He finds McConkey. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll run here on 1st down. Has a big hole left. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Trying to run in, Harris. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Harris. And he takes it into the end zone for the LA touchdown. The Chargers start the second half with some needed points. Najee Harris, the touchdown. And this kick was just mishit. It is wide left and no good. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. Finds some space. He's past the 30. I don't know if they're going to get to him. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders push their lead further to start the half. Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Raiders lead by 15 now. After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they go with Harris. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Here's a give up the middle. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. That was Tyree Wilson in on the tackle. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They give to Harris from the gun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
One thing you cannot say, Kate, about this offense is they're not bold. That was a bold decision. One, they trusted the big guys up front, and they moved the sticks.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately no connection to be made.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, Herbert. That one's complete, right side. Still fighting forward. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Dicker on now for the PAT. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He gets this one to Myers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 31-yard play. And that's good for a Raiders first. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's the Raiders ball, a chance at a win if they can hang on to this lead. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Blown back, it's the handoff. And he's tackled for a short gain. Offense up to the line fast. Back to the well again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's a Vegas first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5-6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
Slot man motioned over. They give it to him again. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Chased out to his right. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Geno Smith with a touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders lead by 15 now. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Herbert now. It's caught. That's Mike Williams. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first. Working quickly here. First and 10. Here's Herbert. He fires one deep down the middle. Brought in inside the 20. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. They go play action. Here's Smith. He's got a man left. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Offense in the hurry up here. They're going play action. Buying some time right. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's good for Raiders first. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Vegas first down. Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that'll bring up second down.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a...
And that's just about to it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that's a lock up this win. Carlson now to add one more. The kick is good, and expect that to stand now. This flag appears to be the player who jumps early looking to block that kick. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's able to cross the 40 before going out. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Jeremy Chinn has got it.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Looking for his wide receiver there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last 2nd attempt to get rid of it.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. From the gun, Smith. He connects downfield on 4. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Handoff now from the gun. Stiff arm success. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Shotgun snap to Smith. Gets everything he has under this throw. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. Here's 2nd and 5. He sends this one to the end zone. And this is into the end zone, but incomplete. It was a win no matter what. They decided, hey, let's try for another touchdown to knee it out. I